I'll be honest, the reason I just wanted to come off social media and all that was going on. Because obviously you face pressures as an artist of people want new music, people want to know what's going on. And I didn't want to talk about none of that because I was going through what I was going through.
Good afternoon to my brother Yungen. What's goody? How you doing, my bro?
Good, man. Here, brother. Here, can't complain.
Long time?
It's been a while, actually, innit it? It's been a while, bro.
It's been a minute, bro. First off, I want to say welcome back to the music game, bro. You've been missed. You get me? You've been missed, man.
Thank you, bro.
But when's the last time we sat down, bro? How many years ago was it?
I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. Nah.
It was because we did that even in the DL office, isn't it? Was this a DL? No. We did that in Sony and the first one we did was in there.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say about 4 years ago, maybe 2018, 17.
Yeah, it's mad, bro.
Long time ago, man.
It's crazy. And you know, I totally respect you. I remember it was like, it must have been about a year and a half ago. And even though I know this project's in the album, I remember you put up a IG post. You said, look, no matter what, whenever I do my projects, I'm going to sit down with Amaru and get me that. So I was like, yeah, I appreciate it, man. But
no, I meant that. I don't really like, how could I explain? I find it hard to talk like that. That's why I do a lot of the talking in my music. So I find it hard to actually sit down and talk to people. But I think every time I've sat down with you, it's just been a good flowing conversation, man. And then I like when I watch your other stuff and see you sit down with people, I just feel everyone feels that same way.
Yeah.
That comfortability, man. So yeah, I respect that highly.
No, I respect it. And I'm going to start off with, we're going to talk about the project, but I'm going to talk about Passionate.
Yeah.
You know, when I got sent the track, like I didn't even clock the thing, and then I was thinking, like, this song's dope.
No,
then I was thinking, well, I swear I know that voice. Do you get what I mean? So let's just talk about Passionate and yeah, just like the studio session and just what you wanted to get off your chest on that record.
Yeah, that record, a fun fact actually, I actually wrote that over another beat. I actually wrote that over, like, I won't say what beat I wrote over, but I wrote that over another beat. Just I was listening to a tune. And I was like, yo, like, I want my intro to sound like this, like to have this feel of the production and stuff like that. And it was very important for me for my intro to be passionate, to be called Passionate. At this time, I didn't know that the project was going to be called Passionate and Paranoid, but it was very important for me for the intro to be called Passionate, because that's how I've been feeling the last 3-4 years, like how driven and how passionate I've been about this thing, and how my passion sometimes overweighs everything else, you know what I mean? So as soon as I heard that beat, I was like, no, I'm writing over this. And then that's how it happened. I ended up writing it, going and laying it. And then I got in with ADP and I was like, yeah, bro, he said, bro, I don't remake beat. Like, he was a bit, but yeah, he chopped it up and just, yeah, it was perfect, bro. It was perfect.
Why did you put the outro? What resonated with you about using the Cadet sample?
That whole interview, man, he was just saying things that was hitting me. I felt like it was me talking, and that I don't even want to call it that sit down. And not even an interview. That sit down. Like I said, obviously I watch majority of your stuff, especially with the artists I respect as well. So, and I had that in my head, that line he said from before he even passed. I had that line in my head, yeah, no, I want to put that on the song. Do you know what I mean? And it just fit. Man.
Yeah, man. Also, what just talking about, what was your relationship with Cads?
People don't know us. We went to the same school.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we went to the same school, man. So I've known him a lot of my life, bro. A lot of my life. He was a year above me in school. So we wasn't like, I wouldn't say we was friends in school, but we obviously knew each other. He was very popular in school. I was popular in school. So we'd see each other, hail each other up, like whatever. We see each other outside school. It was cool, man. But yeah, we started from school. It was cool. And then obviously, as I become closer to Crept and Conan, he was always around, you know. So we become like proper close. And then when we, just like, obviously we was both on a come up really at the same time, you know. So he would always like hit me. I probably would say like maybe I started bubbling a bit before him. And he would hit me like, bruv, I love what you're doing, man. Just, you know what cadets like, bro, man. Always showing man the most love, man. And yeah, we had a good relationship, bro. I'm just blessed that we got to do something together. We never ever worked together until just before he passed. When we done the I Love It remix.
Yeah.
That's the I'm just blessed I got to do that before. I actually had in my mind when I done my album, I was gonna put a song on there called Chestnut Grove. So obviously that's the school we went to. And I was just gonna do Chestnut Grove, put Cadet on it. That was always something like I just had it in my vision. Do you know what I mean? Never got to happen, but I'm glad we got to make a tune together, man.
And just kind of like brief on that, like, how did you react to when you found out he passed? Like,
Yeah, it was mad, bro. It was mad because I woke up, I saw it on Instagram, obviously. It was first thing in the morning when I think whoever was controlling his page posted it. And I thought he was joking. Cause you know Cadet, he does these, I think, he's gonna come and do the maddest freestyle now. And obviously first thing I did, I hit crept, obviously. I can't even imagine what he was feeling. He was away at the time, innit? So everyone must have been hitting him. And they hit him and he was just like, yeah, it's true, bro. I was like, what? Like, yeah, I was in shock, man. And me and Cadet had just spoken maybe about a couple of weeks before that. So yeah, it was a bad time, bro, man.
no, 100, man. It was that whole time, like, and I said it even when we was I was helping out with the short documentary I was doing. That whole time was weird, bro. Yeah. It was a weird that evening was definitely a weird. Because I spoke to him a couple hours before he passed, and it's the first time I felt it's weird, but I felt like I wasn't talking to him. It actually felt like, bro, I never felt that before. That's my bro. So when it happened, and I remember when I was talking to his mom, his grandma, everyone on that evening felt something strange. So yeah, it was just mad. But even not to go into your situation, like it's been, boy, I don't even know how you would say challenging, crazy, your last 12 months, man. Like just as of now, how are you holding it together with all the hurdles you've had to overcome?
Boy, do you know what I'd say in the last maybe 3 or 4 months, I'll say, I know I might say this and it might come in the wrong way, but it's life. I've realized that I had to take myself out to go, yo, this is life and this is what happens in life, man. We lose people. Do you know what I mean? And I know like me losing my brother, losing one of my close friends, or me losing my granddad, like none of them would want me to just be down and just self-destruct, you know? So I've had to keep that in my mind. Also, like, I'm a big part of my family, you know what I mean? So I've just always had to hold it together for that, for my mum, etc. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard, I'll be honest with you, man. But yeah, it's life. We gotta get on with it. We gotta crack on. We gotta make sure their names live. We gotta make, my brother's obviously got kids and stuff like that. So we just gotta keep going, man. Keep going, bro.
Yes, and I think when those type of things happen, it sounds a bit weird for me to say it, having to also bring that to social media, does it help? I'm not saying you have to bring it, but people become aware of what's going on.
I'll be honest, the reason I just wanted to come off social media when all that was going on, because obviously you face pressures as an artist of people want new music, people want to know what's going on, and I didn't want to talk about none of that because I was going through what I was going through. When my brother died, I put it on social media, but the main reason I put it on social media, obviously I've got a massive family in Liverpool and people that I don't talk to every day, but because I'm on social media, people felt I was getting messages on my pictures like, is it true? Like, these times I hadn't posted it yet or I hadn't said anything. So when I said it to like, I'm not explaining myself to everyone. Like, I have a massive family. My mum has 6 kids, you know what I mean? So, but everyone was coming to me. I felt like I was the person that, so when I let people know about my brother, it was more to let people know like, yo, this is what I'm going through. Let people know that was like close family friends or, yes, it's true. Now, please just leave me. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So when I went to social media with that, that was that. And my friend as well. Like, it's more to just let people know what you're going through, man, because you're an artist and people want you to record music, people want you to put out music, people want videos. People are like, what happened to you, bro? Do you still make music? Yeah, but I'm a human being and I'm going through real life situations like the rest of us. I know a lot of people lost people in the last few years. Do you know what I mean? With everything going on. So yeah, it was just more of that, man, just to let people know, like, look, I'm going through shit. I don't want no sympathy. It's not like that. But let people know that that's why I haven't been so active or whatever.
Yeah, it's mad, bro. Because I remember when I was seeing it online, I was thinking, mate, it just felt like there was like not like the first one. You're thinking, okay, but then you start thinking, like, what's going on, bro? What's your perspective now, then? Like, because and what I mean by that is to lose. These aren't people that you were expecting to lose. So, like, what's your perspective? Does it make you a bit more anxious? Like thinking, right, like, literally at any moment. You never know. Do you get me?
Boy, yeah, it's when we lost my friend first. And when we lost my friend, it was weird. It was actually a weird day because I just moved into my new yard and all of my friends was there. Like, we was all together. Not that saying that's rare, but we was all at my house and then my phone rang. My boy Ham, his phone rang at exactly the same time our phones rang, and we just knew what it was because he was ill. My friend was ill, and like we just knew what it was, and it was just like, yeah, it was, yeah, it was a weird time, bro, man. It was just a weird time, and then when my brother died, that was the biggest shock ever because there was nothing wrong with him. Do you know what I mean? There was actually nothing wrong with him. Out of nowhere, bro. Like, my mum gets a call saying he's been rushed into hospital. We're like, what? Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know where it is. 2 days later, he passes away in hospital. My mum has COPD COPD. I don't know if people know what that is, but that's like a lung disease.
Okay.
So this is in the height of COVID. So my mum's not even allowed to go to the hospital to see her son. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm having to deal with that and trying to comfort my mum, which was crazy, bro. Like, trying to tell her it's okay and it's not okay. Like, I'm trying to grieve, you get me? I got 4 other brothers and sisters that are going through the same thing. It was hard, bro. It was madness. You don't expect it, you know what I mean? So now, like, it's just, I've lost people before, but it's just, it happening like that, just opening my eyes to life. It can be gone at any time, you know, so.
Yeah, it's mad, bro. But were you able to talk to him at all? Was he in hospital? He wasn't.
But the moment he left, it was funny because his missus told us he didn't want to go to hospital, obviously. So yeah, whatever happened. So basically, a lot of people don't know he died of bacterial pneumonia. They obviously first thing was like, has he got COVID? This is in the height of COVID. So he tested negative for COVID, but he had bacterial pneumonia. But when he was like, I don't want to go to hospital, and but he couldn't breathe in the house, bro. Like, he couldn't breathe, and the last thing he said to his missus was, oh yeah, I'm taking my iPad because I've got to make sure I watch the Liverpool game tomorrow. That was the last thing he said. So that happened, and then I think in the ambulance, he just wasn't good, bro. And then when he went in, they put him into an induced coma. And obviously it was crazy. All this is so crazy because one of my close friends year before that had a mad accident and nearly died, and he was in a coma for like 6 weeks. So before, if my brother just went into an induced coma, I would have been going mad, like, because once that happens, you think there's no way out. But my friend went through that and come out, and he had a liver transplant. His life, he was okay. Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying to my mum, no, it's cool. Like, he's been through it. We're good, man. Like, he's gonna make it through. But yeah, man, his lungs was failing. All his organs were just failing, bro, man. So, but it was just, we didn't know why. It was just, but yeah, still now it doesn't make sense. But
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think also what I've always looked at you as, I don't know if this is the right thing, because I don't know your family dynamics. Are you the head of the house? Do you see yourself as the?
Yeah, in a way. Like, I'm the youngest out of my mum's kids, but yeah. In a way, I'd say I'm the head of my big brother. Not the one that passed. I got another big brother. He'll always be the big man in my to me anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say I'm the head of the house. I just, yeah.
But you know, because obviously, like,
Yeah.
it's similar to what Cadet was like. The music industry shows a lot of what can be made
Of
financially.
course,
So it's almost
course.
like if there's a problem, sometimes it goes to
No. Yeah,
Do you get
yeah. I'm definitely that
the
person.
responsibility, I should say. Like,
Yeah, I am that person in my family. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
It must be more motivating for you now because obviously, as you know, you're definitely going to be looking after your it's nephews,
Yeah, Nissan.
nieces and nephews. Yeah. So it must make music. It's almost like it has to work, isn't it?
Yeah,
To an extent.
And my brother, like, so my older brother, he was mad proud of man, but he was just a comedian, isn't it? So he's always say to me, "Oh yeah, you're on the YouTube. The numbers are crazy." He's like, yeah, you're actually quite famous, isn't it, bro? Like, you actually like, but he's always make a joke out of it. But he would always message me like, "I'm mad proud of you, bro." Like, or he'd say to my mom like, "Proud of him," like proper proud of him. So that means the world to me as well. That's why I could never probably quit making music because just knowing that I made my big brother proud that I looked up to you, and do you know what I mean? Made my other brother proud, made my sisters proud. That's all that matters really. So yeah.
You ever think about quitting music or just jacking it in?
No, I wouldn't say I've thought about it. Not because I don't think I'm good enough to still make music at all. Just through just politics, as you know, this music game it's a beautiful thing, but there's also a lot of things that people don't see. I never want to be that guy that comes and says this is what's going on. I don't want to ever be that guy, but there's times that it gets really frustrating. You know what I mean? And yeah, I wouldn't say it's made me want to quit, but it's definitely disheartened me, I'd say.
So,
But
is there anything you could pick up that you could speak on without making it even more political?
anything I could speak on?
Yeah,
just in general, just like I'll be honest. I've always been able to do what I want, but sometimes maybe I don't share the people don't share the same vision, or you don't get the same backing. And like I said, I'm very like I do everything myself, bro. Like when I say that, I'm very hands on. So I don't think I give people the chance to, but I'm very hands on. I know what I want. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like just sometimes I can't say anything about it being political, but like it's when you look at it like this way. When you start making music and you start rapping, you're just rapping for fun, innit?
Yeah.
And then it becomes a business. But I'm still that person that just rapping for fun. Do you know what I mean? I still want to be the coldest. I still want to make the biggest tunes. Like, I've been blessed. I always say this, I've been blessed that a lot of the records I've made have been massive club songs. So I get to go and perform it in front of thousands of people every week. Like, do you know what I mean? And getting that love and that reaction back. And so when all that, like COVID, for example, COVID happening, like, I'm not able to perform, but I've always performed. So that was weird for me. So even like, just do I put out a project during COVID? Everyone's like, oh, what's happened to you? Nothing's happened to me. We're in the middle of a pandemic. You want me to put out a project and not being able to perform it? I don't want to do that. Like, do you know what I mean? But then sometimes, but you should put out a project but I want to be able to perform it. Do you know what I mean? So it's little stuff like that, bro. Like, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'll ask a question. You don't have to answer.
Yeah.
Did the label want you to put out projects in the pandemic?
I think the label didn't know what to do. That's like the rest of everyone else.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like, it was a pandemic, and I dropped the song with M24 at the start of the pandemic. Like, we shot that video. I think we waited to lockdown a week later. So even putting out that song, it's like, should we put it out? Should we not put it out? All right, let's put it out and see what happens.
Because I thought that's like, you're coming back.
But it was meant to be. It was meant to be the start of, like, and that was just a tune that happened. You get me? M24, man's known him for years. You get me? Like, it was meant to be, he was flying at the time, done a record. It was meant to be that. And I was just meant to go, like I'm going now. But then at the start of the pandemic. So if I just carried on going, and then everything's closed, all the buildings are closed, you know how it goes. Like, all the buildings are closed, like, Are we putting? Where are we putting this on Spotify? What, Apple Music? What we doing? We shooting videos? I couldn't even shoot a video, bro. Like me being signed to a record label as well. They need insurance to shoot videos, and that's what I mean. So there's like, without it being, when I say it's political, it's not just political. It's like our label's not letting me do anything. Not like that. But they're a record label. They're a business. But I want to shoot a video, but they need to be insured to shoot this video. And we're in the middle of a pandemic, so. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff that people don't see. So people are just like, why are you not shooting videos? Oh, I really can't.
No, bro, it's actually, I can speak to that because, bro, we had situations where the label was saying, bro, they were actually asking artists to film themselves. They had this, bro, it's a major label, can't say the name. Bro, they sent us a manual, yeah? And they want the artist to bro, like, literally, they were gonna post, no, bro, after doing it, I'll show you. Yeah. It's like you post the camera, you leave the camera at the door, then you get like someone will sit in the car, like watch the monitor. The artist has to shoot in their own house, like bro, because like it's like as you're saying, they can't get any like clearances. People
you've done it amazing. Sorry to cut you. You just put it. The Young Bane table for two.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That one was sick. Yeah. That one was sick. Like great concept,
but. Like you're saying.
And these are the hurdles that one has to do. Because obviously G was telling me about the idea for Table 2. I was thinking, there is a level of autonomy to an extent with them, but it's just almost like, bro, you're right, bro.
But once Bane does it, I can't then do that same thing. Or this person can't do that same thing.
That was the one concept.
Yeah, the one song that you can do.
And he got it first, bro.
And he got it first, bro. Like, so it was mad. Like, even like Bane dropped the project during, and that was lit. Yeah. But bro, me, I'm a man. I want to perform my stuff, bro. And I didn't get to perform Project Purple as well, which was...
That was also a hard project.
Thank you. So I was like, there's no chance on earth I'm putting out a project now. And but the label wasn't pushing for me to put out a project. But it was just like, what do we do? I'm like, well, you tell me, like, what am I meant to do? Like, okay, cool, I can go and make music. That's fine. I'll go and record music, whatever. But what happens then? Like, do you know what I mean? How are we putting it out? What's the plan? But I think this has never happened before. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. This has never happened before. So I'm not mad at the label. I'm not mad at anyone. But we was all, I think, in like, what the fuck did we do? Some people was extra creative. A lot of the independent artists went and strived because they're going to shoot the videos anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? They're going to, do you get what I mean? So
I see certain, man. I remember we was having like label meetings and internally, and what the artist was like, yo, but I saw Millions shoot a video in Africa. What's going on? They're like, yeah, but he's independent. They're like, bro, like literally there was a ban, like you couldn't shoot any videos.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and then this is what I'm saying. This is what the people don't see. This is what the fans don't see as well. Like to them, but DBE, I shot 20 videos. Yungen, you haven't shot 9 in 2 years. What's going on? It's not that I'm not making music. Like it's just like I actually physically can't unless I pay for it myself. But then that doesn't make sense. Why am I signed to a record label if I'm paying for my own videos to give the money? Do you get what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
And then you still can't perform them songs that
you still can't perform the songs. And it's like, to me, anyone knows me, bro. Anyone that knows me should know it's never about the money with me. Like, it's never been about the money with me. Like, I'm here, I want to make music, I enjoy it, I love it. Like, but if it was about the peas, I'd have just dropped the project, dropped how many projects I needed to. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but it's not about that.
But what I was gonna ask you is, I think, when's the last time I saw you perform? I think it was it Shepherd's Bush?
Shepherd's Bush, maybe.
Yeah, that was a zoo, bro. That was a zoo. And you know what? I think that's my my first time going to your own headline show.
Okay, so.
And I remember I was thinking, I could see how your music actually, bro, you got energy on stage, bro. And I could actually, when you know, fans will know, or people in the industry will know, you go to the shows and you look at like who's the kind of people are coming, and then you look at how engaged they are. Bro, I was like, I think I was in like the first tier, whatever it is. But it was jumping. Yeah. It was jumping. And that's the part that I think, I don't know, apart from you being actually a talented lyricist, I don't know if people give you the props for your live show. I don't.
But then sometimes I look at that, is that my fault because maybe I don't film it? I don't film it enough. I have filmed it and my footage has disappeared, but but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if I was documenting Like my live, like, because that's something I take very seriously. The live, because I think live's so important. I see Get saying this the other day, bro. I hate going to shows, see man rapping over their actual song, bro. That pisses me off, bro. Like, and not just saying UK, I'm talking about everyone, bro. I see Americans doing it. Like, bro, why are you rapping over
The instrument.
the actual version? Like,
Yeah.
bro,
No,
come on, man.
yeah, that's
At
true.
least have a PA. Like, but I see Get said it the other day. I was thinking, brother, no, bro, I feel the same thing, bro. It's mad. I think it's so important to like, yeah, man. You gotta give them an experience, bro. You know.
Do you know also, bro? Like, it's weird, bro, because I do know you, but I understand when people think, yo, where's Yungen? Like, it's no point. It's like, where's Wally? Like, where is he? Like a year's gone past. And then when we was just speaking before, and you like saying you haven't dropped an album, and then you've been signed since 2015, I was just like, bro, I didn't even contextualize that. Like, that's going on 7 years, bro.
Yeah.
7 years. And it's what? Is it 2 EPs or is it 2? Is it 1? How many projects have you?
I've done one under the label.
1.
I've done Project Purple. That's it.
So you do understand how the fans view.
No, for sure. But
does that frustrate you? Because obviously, like, I know there's things we don't want to talk about why things take a bit longer, but does it kind of frustrate because you can't be like, yo, guys, it's not me.
Yeah, it does frustrate me. You know what frustrates me the most? I've seen this a few times actually, or people have actually said this to me in person. Like, bro, I ain't heard of you since 2016. I go, bro, are you crazy? I went platinum 2017. That ain't, are you taking a piss? Like, but then I realized that when I come into the game, I was like at ground doing all the freestyles, doing covers, dropping tunes every month, bro. So if I'm dropping one single every 3 months, and maybe people know Bestie's my record, but you can just hear that and not have to be a fan or have to be following me to know, oh yeah, that's a Yungen tune. Do you know what I mean? Or know, yo, this is massive across the country or in the world, or you don't actually have to be engaged. Unless I'm online talking all the time or I'm dropping freestyles, or you're not going to be engaged. So I understand now why people are going, yo, we ain't heard nothing from 2016, because they ain't heard me going crazy since maybe 2016, dropping all the time. Sometimes you get into, when you have a song as big as Bestie, there's a pressure to have another massive song. You don't think after you have a record like that, oh yeah, let me go and drop a freestyle, or let me go and rap over a Drake beat, or like, you don't think like that. It's just natural. You just try and follow it up, you know?
Is that you don't naturally think that, or the label don't naturally think that?
The label definitely don't think like that.
Yeah.
But I just think even in me in the time, I just wanted to keep the momentum going.
What with that type of sound?
But then this is what I'm saying. You get, I don't want to say I got caught up in it, but for example, like I said to you off camera, my song with Mr. Easy All Night, that was finished before Bestie. Yeah? But people wouldn't know that. That come after Bestie. But originally, the label didn't push that as a proper single. They was just like, okay, cool, we'll do this one before we do the record I did with Jess Glynn. But really, if I just dropped the Mr. Easy tune, dropped another tune, there would have been momentum, bro, to go into. But it doesn't, and you know, record label, it doesn't work like that. They want a campaign, they want 3 months or however long. Do you get what I mean? So then you're in that, and then especially when the song's doing well, like Bestie, like you're trying to get every last bit out of it. Do you know what I mean? And obviously I'm grateful. It's my biggest song, changed my life forever. But like, yeah, if I could go back now, I would have just kept on releasing. I wouldn't have changed what I released, but I would have just kept on releasing.
Yeah. Because I remember when I heard the Mr. I can't remember we did speak around that time, but when I heard the Mr. Easy tune, I thought, they tried to follow up best. Like, I felt that it was made purposely.
No.
I remember in our interview you said that, this was, I was thinking.
Yeah, no.
Do you get me?
But at the time, you got to remember, bro, a lot of people don't see this as well. Like, at the time, that sound was in. So every producer you get in with, they're trying to make that sound. Yeah. Bestie was purposely made. Me and ADP sat down and we went, let's listen to all of these. We need to find something to fit in this time. just to fit in this era of the notes and the Young Banes, the Kojo Funds, like Jay Haas, like let's find something to fit now. Do you know what I mean? I made Bestie, finished Bestie, the whole song. I did my own hook on it, everything. Then was like, who can we get on this? Let's send it to Bane. I wanted to put Bane on it because he was up and coming, he was fresh. No one was using him. Then like no one, when I mean using him, no one was like going, and I saw the star in him. Like
Yeah, he's a star.
he was a star, and I was like, he's the one. He's definitely the one. Sent it over without my hook. My hook was so bad. Thank God that never come out.
Yeah,
But
someone needs to leak them.
yeah, I sent it over without my hook, and he just killed it, bro. Killed it. Then I brought him on tour, and we was hustling how you would hustle independently. I brought him on tour. We was performing that on tour before it was out.
Yeah.
People didn't know that. We was performing that. So Young Bass put me on tour. Every show, we was performing Bestie. So the fans knew the song before the song was out. My actual fans. You know what I mean? So when that song come out now, that's why it made it. So when people say, oh, that song's a commercial record, bearing in mind, I never really done it. I did Take My Number, but I never really done a girl tune like that before.
Because you know, that's a part of people's thing they just make. But I think you get a lot of labels stuck in you that don't even actually add up. Like,
No,
Yungen just makes girls tunes. And it's like,
bro, I've probably made like 4 girl tunes in my whole career. You know that? 4 or 5 girl tunes. Like, maybe more. But like that label stuck with me. Like, and that label stuck with me from straight away after I done Bestie. These times I had Bestie Take My Number. That was it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, man.
bro, what's the name of the tune? I forgot the name. I'm terrible with names of songs. The tune you did with Dappy on
Comfortable.
Was that before Dappy did?
No.
Was that before he did Oh My? Was that before he did Oh My?
No.
Was it after?
Yeah.
But that period then, I remember when obviously Oh My came, but then I remember when that song started to go off, and I'm just trying to do the timelines in my head, yeah, it seemed like you guys were a bit surprised how well it was doing. Or maybe people in the back end didn't think the song was going to do as good. I don't know. I just remember at the time, like, it was growing, it was doing numbers, and I thought everyone was surprised by it. I don't know. That's
funny you say that, because I felt that song was a big song straight away.
Nah, it's a big song.
Yeah, I felt that song. That song, we'll get into it, but like, so off Project Purple, I knew, the reason I done Project Purple, yeah, I didn't want to give people a project, an EP, because I had to do how my deal was structured. I had to do a project before I'd done an album or a mixtape or whatever. I had to do an EP first. I could have easily have just done Bestie, Take My Number All Night, Intimate, Craig David, Jessica and Mind that put it on an EP. I didn't want to do that for my actual supporters. I wanted to give them new music, bro. I didn't want to put things that they've been hearing over the last 2 years together just to get to the next stage of my deal. I didn't think that that's fair. Like, do you know what I mean? To the supporters. In hindsight, maybe I should have just done it at the time, but we were just following the momentum, you know what I mean? Or singles. But when I done Project Purple, I knew Comfortable was the record. I just knew it was. Like, and then off the back of Dappy coming back and flying, and I just knew it was, bro. Like, it just felt good. And then it come out, and straight away, obviously, it come out, people was talking about it. I remember, so I think it might have been Jay London from Capital Extra. He hit me, and he was like, bro, this is it, I think. This is the one that you needed. I think this is it. I think that, I don't know if that many words he said it, but he basically said that. And I remember Wretch hit me like, yeah, like we're here. Not that many words, but you know, like that's basically, and I felt like, yes, like this is a record I wanted. And I felt it from before it went out, you know? And then I don't know what happened. It's like it grew, don't get me wrong. The song's done amazing, 10 million views on my own channel. But I don't think it went how Bestie went.
But that's what I was saying, because I felt, bro, again, because this was around what, January, February?
January, yeah.
January. But I just remember, like, I can never pinpoint it, but I remember feeling either, and I'm not putting on a label, I'm not, because I don't know, I don't work for Sony, but I felt like it did better than what everyone thought it was going to do, but it's not Bestie, so It's mid-table, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
A great
yeah,
song,
yeah.
but it's almost like, yo, listen, like it's like January Window, innit?
Yeah.
Bam, you got to go get Diaz. You get me?
Yeah, 100%.
You get me? Like to
100%.
keep the momentum, bro.
Yeah.
Because I remember that, bro. That everyone was the hook. Everyone was on it. I remember the video, everything, bro. So I just felt like that moment there, and I think for me as a fan, I felt okay. I think not there's a disconnect, but we've seen it before. We have songs that are seen to be bigger than the artist. Notes, Addison Lee, Rams, Barkin, whatever, and then there's the follow up, and it's almost like for the artist to still be felt like that, you have to show that he's still in that vein, even if the numbers aren't, because the fans aren't gonna know if it's like 10 million, 20 million, but they still go look like, yo, we're pushing it.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why I felt like it felt like it was a rush a little bit in terms of the music was good, really good. And I liked it, bro. I'll be real, I'll talk to you like now, bro.
Yeah.
I was telling some of my brothers, like, bro, I'm a big Yungen fan. Cause bro, do you know, you remind me a little bit of, okay, I'm not gonna get slaughtered, but you're like, all right, let's just put it like this, like the Crep, the Conans, like, bro, you don't waste a bar.
Yeah, no.
You don't waste a lyric, you don't waste a verse. I say it's that whole Jada Kiss mentality. Man's never dropped a poor record. I remember the tune you did with, what's the tune with my guy? You say, dun, dun, dun. Well, I'm not gonna sing it, hold on. This week, dun, 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 what's that song, bro? You did it with the...
Asen?
No, it's the white guy and black girl.
Oh, Dependency.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bro,
that was the first time I was ever on TV, by the way.
Bro, what's the line you said? Something,
How can
I'm trying to window.
Show me the door.
Yeah, show me.
But this is what I'm saying.
You only showed me the door.
Bro, do you know what's so crazy? Like, because I did that on that kind of song, people are respecting that bar, bro. So when I did the Daily Duppy, these things stick in my mind, you know. When I did the Daily Duppy, I did it again just in another way. Man, I'm like, that bar is so crazy. I said that 8 years ago. Do you get what I'm saying, though? Even on Bestie, bro. Like, man, I say, oh, Bestie's a commercial. I'm going in, you know. I said I got notes, I get P. I really had Madison in the fucking Addison Lee. Took it to the... Bro, I'm going in. Even when I was conscious of, before I did the Many Men thing, I said, yeah, I know she loved this young buck, Many Men, yeah? Even when before I did the Hey Girl, what's good? I said, Jules on They Know Me, Hey Girl, what's good? From the Santana. Bro, I was wordplaying, bro. But they're like, oh, it's commercial.
What's that other line you say something about Jim? Something, he said in that same Dependency something about something Jim, like something, bro, it's...
I actually don't remember that verse off like...
Bro, that verse, you did 2 verses on that, innit?
2 verses, yeah.
Bro, they were crazy.
Yeah. That song, I really like that song.
Song
I really,
was
really like
crazy.
Like I said, that's the first time I was on TV.
But that's when I said to myself, like, you're not being appreciated, bro. Because I, like, those ain't, like, it's creativity in it. Like, you can't just, like, think, oh, okay, rhyming A with they and say and there, bro. It's crazy, man. And then also, like, let's go on to the whole Ain't on Nothing, bro. Like, it's actually, like I said, when I did my interview with Tef, I didn't even clock. He was like saying, yeah, bro, yeah, Central C's been making music for a long time, which I knew. I just didn't even remember Central C was even
on an 8 or 9
remix. Yeah, man. Like, bro, like, you obviously told me off record, yeah, but how did Central end up being on the remix and doing the video? Because he used to do the video part as well, innit? He shot up the video.
So what happened is, the reason I done the remix is the Ain't on Nothing is no radio was literally playing playlisting the tune, but the tune was shelling off the streets. We was performing at the unis, me and Bo, like it was shelling, and obviously like I had Crack and Conan around me, so I was around when 8 on 9. I mean not 8 on 9. Don't Waste My Time was shelling. So I'm like, this is shelling, bro. Why are we not getting one extra? Or why are we not getting these playlists or whatever? So I said, I got to do something and do something massive that they have to playlist. And I wasn't taking no chances. So I done 2 official remixes. I done a street remix. This is how I had it in my head. And I did a remix of like the artists that you would say are stamped in the game, the bashies, and do you know what I mean? That's how I had it. And I was going to do 2 separate remixes. The remix for the streets had Section on it, etc. And then I did the other remix that had the Bashi, Angel, do you know what I mean?
Bashi's verse was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But then even when I done that and even pulling that all together, You don't realize that at the time you're actually A&R in this. Like, to put all them artists on a song and just get all of these verses and that is madness, bro. That was a madness. And then going and filming it all separately. But that remix that I done that, and then Crep said to me, Crep's a genius. I always gotta give him his credit. He's a genius. He said to me, Youngs, put the instrumental online. I said, why would I put the instrumental online? He said, trust me, put the instrumental online. The more people do remixes to it, the bigger the song becomes, you know? So I put the instrumental online. I think I said something like do a remix or whatever, who does the hardest remix or repost or whatever it was at the time. And then I don't know who actually put it together, but then there was a remix that had Huss, Central C. I wasn't even a part of that. They just done that themselves, put it together, and yeah, it was hard. That's the first time. No, that wasn't the first time I heard of Central C, actually. I heard of him before that. I saw a freestyle of him before that, I think. But then he was on that as well. That was actually a good remix, bro. Like, that had some big hitters on it, bro.
Bro, when you actually look back on it, it's mad, bro. Like, even like I said, I remember Angel one was hard as well.
Yeah, my favorite. That was my favorite verse.
Yeah, the way he came in.
Because it was different.
Yeah, he came in, meant it. Do you with your new project, yeah, what does it signify to you now, like in your career? Because like we can scale back and say, look, wait, you haven't won a mobile yet, have you?
No.
Did you alluded to like what's going on with the mobiles, bro? Like you've had over.
I've only ever been nominated twice.
But you never won like best song, even when Bestie was.
No, I wasn't even nominated for best rap that year.
Seriously?
Or best male.
Have you ever like, I don't know, like try to find out you don't care like that?
I'm at the point I don't care, bro. At the time, like when I first coming up, and of course I wanted to be nominated for a mobile. I wanted to win a mobile. It meant a lot to man coming up because that's what our thing is. Yeah. You know what I mean? The mobiles, see the mobiles on TV, get me, like that was our thing. Even when Cret and Conan won it, bro, like that was a massive thing, bro. Like massive thing for us, bro. So, but as the years gone on and I realized all the politics and all that like rubbish and all that, like I don't give a shit anymore, bro. Like for me, as long as I'm doing well, I knew how big Bestie was. I knew how big I was that year. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, Bestie was at 2017.
I done 2 tours that year.
So what else? What other big songs out that year?
That I did, or
no, just
Huss won it with Did You See, which is fair.
Okay.
He won it with Did You See, which is fair. I'm not. But the fact
statistically, it wasn't bigger though.
Then
I don't think.
I don't know. I don't know his numbers. Do you know what I mean? But it was fair. I lost to that. That's fine, bro. But it was the fact that year I had a great year, bro. Like there's other things I could have been nominated for. Even a year after, I had a good year. Like, do you know what I mean? So, but like I said, bro, if I get into every minute, oh, why am I nominated for that? Or why am I nominated for that? Like, bro, I'll be here crying all day, man.
Cool. On this track here, could you break down on the project Make It Out?
Make It Out. Boy, how did that? So that's Quincy Tellum, producer on. That's a bit different to what Quincy usually produces as well. He played it in the studio, and I was like, oh, this is a vibe. Like, I was going through beats. But yeah, actually, that track's actually a follow up to the track before that, Boys in the Hood. So Boys in the Hood, I'm basically talking like from a perspective of someone that's grown up in the ends that is kind of trapped. Like that's one. I would say that one's a bit more storytelling. Obviously, I got Avelino on that. But yeah, so Boys in the Hood is kind of like from someone in the perspective of trapped in the hood, can't see out. And then Make It Out is kind of the opposite of that, of me being on the other side of that and seeing it from the other side. Me seeing it both sides, but from the other side. So that's how I Made It Out come out. So.
Did you know one was going to come before the other, or was it just like one pump?
Yeah, I already had Boys in the Hood. So when I started writing Make It Out, I had that in my head, like, oh, this can go after Boys in the Hood. Do you know what I mean? And then I done the hook. I sang the hook, and then the hook, like, my singing ain't great. So yeah, then I got the vocalist behind it.
Nah, it's a great song, man. Shout out to the vocalist, man. Do that thing. Okay, cool, bro. So look, so we haven't heard you Cret and Conan for a hot minute, right?
Yeah.
How long has it been since you guys actually done a track together?
Black and Red was the last time we done a tune together.
That long?
Yeah.
Wait, how many years ago is that then?
2014.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
8 years.
8 years. Actually, no, I'm lying. Actually, it wasn't just me, Cret and Conan, but we done a remix for Western
What tune was that?
together. Maybe what Western song was that again? Tune's a banger, bro. I went crazy on that tune as well. What tune was that again? I forgot the name of the tune.
Someone in the comments will let us know. Or you'll probably remember.
Yeah, that's so bad because that was actually my tune. What was the song? I think it's called.
Yo, Ham's not even gonna step in.
Come down. Oh, I'm about to say it's something. Come. Make my love, bro, banger.
Yeah,
that was the last time me and Cret and Conan done a tune together.
It's 8 years. Okay, so that's the last time, but we now get it right. So for you, like, has it been in your mind, like, because I mean, like, you lot are brothers, isn't it? So
Yeah, of course.
you finally come together, like, so how does that come about? Is it you reach out, they reach out? Is it just you're in the studio randomly?
Yeah, so that I think Crep hit man and said, "Yo, like, I got a tune. I think it's the one we need." Like, basically, I think there's a lot of pressure of me, Cret and Conan doing the tune together. Every tune we did before was so punchline heavy, crazy, fun. But we was doing 3, 4, 5 tunes together back then. So we was working together all the time where people thought we was a trio because we was working together so much.
And you were and your bias.
And I'm play dirty, do you get me? Yeah. So I think because we didn't do one for so long, the pressure of what a Crep and Conan Yungen song is, do you know what I mean? It was, but Crep hit man and said, "Yo, I think I got one for, like, it'll work," and then it just fitted my project perfectly. So yeah, he sent it over production. Yeah, and then I was like, "Yeah, this is perfect." And my brother had just died at the time, so obviously the song's called Trials and Tribulations, and it just fit. It was just the right time, bro. And obviously, you know, Crep Conan's been through their fair share, Trials and Tribulations as well. So I think that was an important song for us to do as well. In a weird way, I always saw that. Always saw in my mind when we did a tune again together, it was gonna be crazy, craziest lyrical song you ever heard in your life. But I'm glad it was the first song we've done together in such a long time. It means a lot, this one.
And that's Crept on the Hook, right?
It's Crept on the Hook, yeah.
Yeah. When people hear it, it's a new style he's using.
New style. I like it though. Like it really, for me anyway, it captured the emotion. Production was hard as well. So the production was Swan and A-Dot. So
I've never heard of Swan.
Swan, yeah.
Who else is he?
Swan. That's the first thing I've actually done with him as well.
Okay.
He's cold. He's cold.
Bro, look, so your Daily Duppy, Goat Talk, crazy, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about this off mic, yeah. When you go so hard with your pen, yeah, is that for you just to show your skill, or is it that you want people to acknowledge how good you are? Because I feel like sometimes the lyricism or the level that you're at, it's not being reflected in like mainstream conversations. Do you think people actually care about like lyrics now, or is it not that important?
Yeah, I don't. They say they care, but they don't really care, man. Like I think there's a selected few who obviously care. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want to say I realize that when I drop this Daily Duppy that they don't care, but the people that need to care. The people that need to care, like, cared when I did that. Because I knew I had to come back with the Daily Duppy. I had to. Because that's what a young and fan coming up knows me for, you know? So that was important for me to come back and show that. And I think, I said this before to someone, like, people thought I lost that. But it was never that. Like, I was just on a different path. I had a different vision. And I was still barring still, but maybe if a song's got a singer on it, it's not the same. People don't take it as the same, you know? But yeah.
Okay.
That was important for me to start with that.
All right, so you know rappers want to say that. Do you think you're the best, or you never say that?
If we're going,
I'm not trying to create problem, but you know rappers are like, I think Cee's the best.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, I've special with it. Do you sometimes think I'm really up there, or do you think you got the best pen?
I think I'm the coldest for me. Like that's I think I got the best Daily Duppy.
Yeah. Okay. What, this current one?
Yeah.
How many have you done?
Once,
That's only one? That's
I might leave it as that as well. No, do you know what? I say that for different ways. I think lyrically, I've got the best Daily Duffy.
Well, okay, so
Fredo's my second favorite.
you writ
After mine.
Fredo.
Fredo Daily Duffy's crazy, bro.
See, I don't want to like Fredo. You're hard still. Fredo though, over like.
Daily Duffy's crazy, bro. And then Gets his ones in there. Like there's some crazy ones, but I'm just saying for me.
For you, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying lyrically, I think mine is the best.
Yeah.
But Retro probably hear that go, it's for dumb. Like,
I was gonna say
I got the best AW, but it's just what I feel like. I'm saying some crazy things, bro, man.
What do you think is the part that goes over people's head the most though? In your Daily Duffy?
In my daily, I think because we got the.
Oh, you got the.
Yeah, like I think that's what made people realize maybe the level I'm at. If I did that maybe in a behind bars or like I even done a behind bars a few years ago when I dropped Project Purple, and I was saying some things, bro, that I think people weren't really. But maybe if I did it in the Daily Duppy, they would have got it, you know. But I don't think anything really went over people's head. Ham, what was he saying the other day? That we were saying a bar that's gone over everyone's head in the Daily Duffy. Oh, that yeah. That's one of my favorite bars in the whole thing.
What's the line he said?
I say, oh, how could I forget? I say something about. What did I say? I know what the end bar is, the Growing Pains bar, but certain man was on my level and they got, but certain man was on my level, but they got stage. Certain man were on my level, but they got stage fright. Must be Growing Pains. We ain't reached the same heights.
Yeah.
Like that bar for me, it's just a normal bar, but it's a bar. Like
It's
you know what I mean?
It's intricate though.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe the first line is not how I said it, but yeah, that bar's crazy. Chris Girl snoop around me like I'm Marlo Stanfield. That bar's hard, but I think a lot of people didn't get it.
Wait, say that again. I don't feel. Wait.
I said Chris Girl snoop around me like I'm Marlo Stanfield. Have you watched The Wire?
Nah, I haven't watched
that's
it.
what I'm saying. It's The Wire. So Marlo Stanfield in The Wire, he his crew, his shooters and that, it's called Chris and Snoop.
I don't heard of Snoop. Yeah.
So I say Chris Girl snoop around me like I'm Marlo Stanfield. So I think unless you're a Wire fan, like.
Bro, just get into the mind of someone who makes music, yeah? Like, when you come together with this project, right? And you're cultivating your bars, like, where do you draw it from? Like, because even just you just doing it, I'm thinking, bro, to draw so many words, the average human being doesn't tap into that type of frequency. So are you the kind of person that you're in the studio, you have to zone out? Are you at home? Are you in a car? Do you freestyle it in the booth?
Yeah, no, like, something like Days Up, I couldn't freestyle that in the booth. I'm not going to lie and be like, yeah, that was off the dome. It wasn't off the dome. So, like, yeah, like, when I'm just putting that together, I think, like, when I'm on a roll like that in the bag, I just make sure I don't go home until I finish it. Because I'm such in a line after line after line, I'm in a bag. I just make sure I just stay in, just, you know, until I finish it. But yeah, that's not every time. I don't get on a run like that every time.
And bro, let me ask you this here. So, like, obviously, there's things that stay private, but I do think, how many years in the game do you think you've been in now? Is it 10 years? You done your 10 years now, or is it 9?
No, this is my 11th year.
11th year. Crazy, right? So, there's a lot of learning, right? There's no manual to this thing, is there?
No, there's not.
And if there is, we're not giving it, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, I always like to ask people the lessons learned, yeah, but like, what lessons would you share with artists today? Because remember, the game today now is not what it was when we came in. Bro, we was on free download my mixtape.
Yeah.
Get me trying to just get things into HMV, the physicals. So actually, let me leave it to you like this, bro. Yeah. Do you think the major label system works for artists like yourself? If you're new, would you sign a deal? If you had a hot record today, would you sign a deal? Would you?
No, if I had a hot record today, if I had Ain't on That today, I wouldn't have signed.
Okay, so
today.
So that for the untrained ear, they're gonna say, but why? You can go get a big bag, like 200, 300 bag for. Why would you not do that then?
That money runs out.
Okay.
Being a rapper, that money runs out, you know? Like, when you look at it like this, when you're a rapper, it's what a lot of people don't understand as well. When you're a rapper and you shoot to a level of fame, you don't have a normal life no more. That's just a reality. What down road people know who you are. Someone like me, I lived in the middle of my estate. The estate I grew up in, I lived in the middle of the estate. You couldn't come to that estate and not be standing outside my house. So at the time when I signed, I had to sign. Do you get me? At that point, actually, I had already moved out. I was like living in a hostel and I already had like a little flat or whatever. But that was still my base. I was in the middle of the estate. Do you get me? So for me, when I signed, I had to sign. I had to sign at the time because I was blowing up. And to me, that was the only, we didn't know how to make independent money then. Do you know what I mean? So for me, yeah, when I signed, I had to sign, but now it's a different thing. Now you put out a massive song, 8 or 9 comes now. I know I can put that song on Spotify. I'm good. I'm good. Like, do you know me? Every month I'll see a certain bag. I can move out the hood. Do you get what I mean? I own that song. Do you get me? So it's just different times. Like, I get why people signed in my time. I still get why people sign now. Don't get twisted. But
let's be real, bro, the back end does not really calculate sometimes.
of course it doesn't.
And I think, sorry to interject, bro, I think when the pandemic hit, I think that's when a lot of artists actually had time to say, okay, cool, I'm not doing a show. So that maybe like 5 to 10 racks for a PA is not happening. Festivals are shut down. No one can move anywhere. And all your assets are either like clothes or cars or depreciating value.
Yeah.
And then you're looking and you're thinking like, right.
When the pandemic started, I had 3 whips. 3 whips.
You got rid of them.
3 whips during the pandemic. I'm not driving. I said, yo, Mercedes, what we did? But I was in a contract that you could have done.
How hard was the pandemic for you? Because you do PAs, you still get around.
Not during the pandemic though.
Yeah, I'm saying, how did it affect you then?
Yeah, it affected me massively, bro. Massively. I was every week I went out and I made money. I was watching some 50 Cent thing the other day. He said, you're not rich until you're making money. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's what I realized. I'm not. No, I have to go out and make money. Don't, obviously, I make royalties and PRS or whatever. But and other things. Just but we're talking about music. Yeah. It was a hit because I was on the road performing all the time. Do you know what I mean?
So I think you weren't prepared for it. No one was really prepared for it.
No.
Did you panic?
I was prepared. Like, I've probably done about 3 shows in the last 2 years.
But is there ever any panic or anxiety? Like, this like.
Yeah, of course, bro. Like, if anyone, bro, if you're an artist and your main income is music, bro, and they put a freeze on it like that, and you're signed, obviously if you're independent, you still put out music and make money. But you're signed, it's a very different thing, bro. Like, the numbers I would have had to have done to actually make real money putting out music, I would have had to done absolute madness during the pandemic. Like, and when I'm talking madness, I'm talking bestie again madness.
Crazy.
To make real money, like, don't you make money, but to make real money, like life-changing money, where you could be independent and not even have to make nowhere near bestie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd be seeing a few, like, artists could make a good few racks a month or whatever, just like every month.
Yeah. Let me be real. How I look at it like this, yeah? Signing a record deal ain't about the bag, it's about the team and it's about the deal. That's for me. Now I've grown up and I've learned this. It's about the team and the deal. Even when I signed, I didn't sign because I was signing to Sony. I signed because the A&R rated me. He was a fan of me. He believed in me. His name's Barry Burt, so big him up. He actually ended up leaving Sony a couple years into, or even a year into signing me. He still A&R'd me for a certain amount of time. But I signed because of Barry. That's why I signed. Sony have been amazing with me. Like, I've had amazing people on my team. the head of my label now. He wasn't the guy that signed me, but he's the head of the label now, Dave Dollymore. He's never been like, no, Yungen, we're not doing that. Like, he's if I asked for something, he's always given it to me. You know what I mean? So he's always been cool. But as time's gone on, what I know now and what I knew when I signed is two different things. But at the time, we went back to 2015. Would I have signed again? 100%. Because I needed to sign.
You probably put in a key man clause in that contract.
Huh?
You'd probably put a key man clause in the contract.
Yeah,
Like,
but like I said, like it's all about like it's all about. There was a rumor that I got dropped. Man was telling me, "Oh yeah, I heard you got dropped." Me, I haven't dropped. Really?
no, I heard that actually. No. I think I heard the same rumor
Yeah,
as
there's
well.
a rumor I got dropped.
Do you know where that came from?
God knows, bro.
Yeah, it's mad.
But then, like I said, like I've always had.
Wait, bro. So let me just cut it there. Yeah, it'll be mad for a label to drop an asset that's profitable. Do you get what I'm saying?
Why would you drop? Like,
Yeah, right. You could something that's in the green, not in the black. No, in the black, not in the red.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, like. Yeah. I was a bit. It was a bit weird when I was hearing that.
But do you think that's more like just again, not to go into the negative, where people just trying to like almost like not rate your thing and just try to say, oh yeah, he's done out, he's been dropped. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I did hear it. I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Bro, but before this run I've had of me coming out, releasing Passionate and Paranoid, the only song I dropped 2 songs. Last song I dropped before that was Comfortable. 10 million views, my own channel. Like, the label wouldn't have spent no crazy money on it or anything like that. And the next song I did after that was Handsome with M24. And that was at the start of the pandemic. So my last 2 releases, nothing was like a drastic, like, oh my God, they've paid 100 grand for a single and it's gone bust. Like, do you get me? So it's just weird. It's weird when people say things like that, but.
No, that's good. So, bro, with this project, so it comes out on February the 11th.
Yeah.
Right? Hopefully we're going to get a tour.
Yeah.
Bro, so like now you're kind of like a bit behind. You got to do Project Purple.
Yeah. But then I got tunes to perform. You know one thing I realized, which is sick about having just your own tours. Yeah? This is why a tour's always been so important to me. I got a tune called Cuffing Season, right? Mm-hmm. You know that tune, right?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. I got a tune called Cuffing Season. And when that come out, bro, the views wasn't crazy, bro. Even now, I don't think the views is crazy. Streaming wise, I think it done all right, but views wasn't crazy. And I remember feeling like it was a flop until I performed it on tour. And then that's when I realized, yo, like some tunes are just for your fans, like for your supporters. And I do that tune, it shuts down as much as Take My Number on tour. I'll show you a video after. Shuts down as much as Take My Number, bro. Singing it word for word. And I was just like, that's mad. Like that just gave me confidence. Every time I tour, I'm performing all my tunes, man. Like, but because you just go there and sometimes you think, yo, let me perform the hits, or do you know what I mean? But some people are coming out for Cuffing Season. Like, yeah, man. So
it's mad. It is mad, bro. Because I think as an artist, it's like we even online platforms, you look and see how your views are performing, and you're thinking, right, it can make you feel like
at this point now, yeah, I'll never say I don't care about numbers because I do. Nah, I'll be lying if I say I don't care about numbers. But at this point, I'm never looking at my numbers and being scared. Never, no. Never. Because I always say to people, in between Take My Number, which was a massive record, and in between Bestie, I had Do It Right, which grew to be a sick, massive song for me performing. But the numbers are nowhere near Bestie and Take My Number. Nowhere near. Do you know what I mean? Then after that, I had All Night with Mr. Easy. Numbers are good, but not crazy. And then I go and do Bad straight after that. And it's a platinum record. If every time the numbers don't hit like the last one and you panic, you would never like, do you know what I mean? I don't, you can't watch that, man. Just, someone said to me one time, yo, if one song don't go off, just drop again.
Say that again?
If you drop a tune, it don't go off, just drop again.
That's true, bro.
Now we're in the time of streaming. If you drop a tune, it don't go off, just drop again.
But you know, okay, and I'm with that, but isn't that more of an independent, you can do as you want?
Yeah, that's...
The freedom to just...
Yeah.
Without the pressure. Whereas now it's like...
I don't have... Bro, Maybe there is. I don't know.
You don't have no pressure of releasing this?
No,
Serious?
because it's cold. No, on the real though, like,
You're not
bro.
like,
If we're in a time, like I said, we're in a time of streaming, bro. Like, it's not a time of trying to get the most sales in a week. Don't get me wrong. Like, charting high would be amazing, bro. Never. I don't want to be that guy say I don't care about chart. I do care, bro. Like, but if it doesn't chart mad and people are rating it, that's what I care about, bro. I'll go and perform and to 5,000 people and they're singing my tunes. Like, why do I care, bro? Do you get me? Like, in actuality, like, but like I said, I always want to still do the best. I want to do the numbers. I want to be the most successful for my life. Do you know what I mean? I want to be the biggest. I want to be global. I want to, of course, but the quality is more important to me first now. Do you know what I mean? And I've always made, I don't want people to ever get blurred and think, oh, when I was doing Craig David, intimate with Craig David and them records, that was the label making me do that. Bro, I like Craig David.
yeah,
bro.
you've been a fan. Yeah, I remember you
I'm
was
a
a
fan, bro.
Yeah.
I want to do intimate with Craig David, bro. Like, don't get twisted. And people sometimes get blurred that there can be different sides to an artist, man. An artist can do everything. Like, do you know what I mean? The biggest artist in the world, the biggest rapper in the world, Drake, does everything, bro.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So, like, if you don't like my Craig David songs, don't listen to it, bro. If you like my Batmobile Yungen, then listen to that, bro. But now I'm gonna make a proper effort of trying to balance it and doing both. Do you get me?
Yeah. So,
So,
I think in closing, because bro, I've had you here way longer than you should have been. Man. Get me? And shout outs to RT as well.
shout out.
RT, LART. You know? But thank you for like helping to facilitate. And this is the part where I say like kind of like what I think. I think it's kind of important now. Like a lot of times people like to ask questions and it's easy. You just you say something. But I've always rated your music.
Thank you.
Always, like, do you get me? And yeah, like, and you're a special talent, bro, because I know what you do, not many, or if any, can do. So it's to me, it's always been a clear indication. And bro, like Project Purple, like, and I'll be real, bro. I remember when it came. I don't think it didn't do too well, did it? Chart wise, right?
No.
And I think I remember. I think that's just the period when people started talking about sales and all this and that, right?
But then even that, bro, like, not much things wind me up, but Project Purple, I know why I put out Project Purple. Yeah. Like I said, I never want to get into politics or I don't believe in that. I believe some things are meant to stay behind the scenes, yeah.
Facts.
But I know why I put out Project Purple, yeah. The song I pushed on Project Purple, done well. Comfortable, yeah. But I remember someone posted something about Project Purple. I forgot who it was, but someone posted something about Project Purple and the numbers on it. And I think it was a blog page or something. And I didn't follow the blog page, so someone said, one of my friends has sent it to me. Like, why are they always on you? And they basically said something about the numbers are not being the same as Black and Red or something like that.
I remember that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, I forgot where it actually was, yeah. Bro, when I went platinum with Bestie, man wasn't posting that, bro. Do you get me? Mm-hmm. When Take My Numbers done 20 odd million views on my own channel, man ain't posting that. Comfortable doing 10 million views on my own channel when supposedly I fell off. Because that Comfortable's on Project Purple. Man ain't posting that. Man are not getting 10 million views on their own channel, bro. It's very rare, bro.
Super rare.
Don't get me wrong, like people like the young G's coming through, Central C, they're killing it, bro. And I'm genuinely happy for the new generation. It's exciting, bro, yeah. But it's hard to do these numbers on your own channel, bro. Like in general, just do numbers in general, even on other channels. But people won't post that. They'll post, oh, I think Yungen, but you actually don't know why I've done Project Purple. I didn't do no marketing for Project Purple. I didn't do nothing. I did one interview with Westwood because Westwood hit me. I was like, all right, cool. I didn't do anything. Me and you would have sat down. You know you're my guy. Like, so, like I said, some things are meant to stay behind the scenes. Also, like I said to you, I think, I don't know if I said it on camera or off camera, but I didn't want to just
fill it with all the other tunes.
Fill it with all the other tunes. And it was very easy for me to do that. Do you get me? Like, because I had Take My Number. And if I put all them songs on the project, put it out, it probably would have done numbers. Like, in reality.
Put it as probably put maybe with just one extra.
Yeah, but there's supporters of Yungen that want new Yungen, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do you get me? So at the time, they were the new tunes I put together in a project and put out. This project here, Passionate and Paranoid, this is me during the pandemic. This is me losing my brother, losing one of my best friends, losing my granddad. When I first was going to press go on this campaign, my granddad died. So I'm just like, do you get me? But this is all of that together, do you know what I mean? And still being so passionate about the music, still wanting to be one of the best just for myself. That's why even my feature choices on it, I got Kretlin Conan, who I believe are top 5 in the UK.
That's a fact.
Gets, who I believe is one of the greatest things to ever come out of our country. Gets is one of the reasons man wanted to be sick, fam. When he's outside his yard on Risky Roads, I think it was his yard anyway, going crazy with a chip tooth.
Yeah, he was on it.
Bro, having him, Avelino, who I think is the most unappreciated rapper of this generation, of my generation, put us all together on a project. This is a rap project. There's not one girl song on this Yungen project. So all the, yo, Yungen, bro, what you doing, girl? Cheers. Listen to Passionate Paradise.
That's a fact, man. But my bro, I'm gonna leave it there, man. Listen, I think, I thoroughly enjoyed the project, bro. I did. I listened to it. It's
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on.
What Yungen do you prefer?
In terms of
Just in general, what Yungen do you prefer? You said, what did you say your favorite tune is off this?
Make It Out.
Oh, okay.
I like Comes in Threes.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I like the Tom Brady. Bro, do you know what it is? Bro, I don't want to sound like, bro, I like you and everything because you always deliver.
Thank you.
So sometimes you have to wait for the beat and be like, is it? Bro, like I'll be honest, I can't remember a song and I'll be like, yo, Young, I think.
Yeah, I think you missed on it.
I can't tell you one, bro. So that's why for me, it's just like, which one do I like it more than the other one? So for me, like, that's what I even said, like, even with Project Purple, bro. I remember, my memory for names on tunes on tap, but I remember there were songs on there that I really liked, bro.
Yeah.
So I remember when that came, I was thinking like, bro, like people acting like this ain't good. I was like, this is good, man. So
But then even like, sorry to keep going back to it, but even like Project Purple, I look back and I wish I shot a video for Expensive. Like, I had a tune on there called Expensive that I wish I shot a video for. But I know now if I go and perform that song, I know, do you get me? Because I just felt the traction of what songs people was gravitating to when it come out. But it's in hindsight, innit? Like, I know why I didn't. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, man. But I like to ask that because, like, what young and the people prefer, because it's easy to say, bro, I miss you rapping, man. Your Daily Duffy's the coldest. Like, but then the Daily Duffy don't do the same numbers as a Bestie. Not even a Bestie. Not a Bestie. Bestie's doesn't do the same numbers. Take My Number. Do you get me? Or so I just like to see where, do you know what I mean? What people enjoy and what do you know what I mean?
It's a hot night, but bro, you know your music travels places that you will never touch, bro.
Exactly.
And that's where it comes down to. Exactly. So yeah, man, Yungen, listen, definitely one of the best artists in the last 10 years, bro. Yeah, you, bro. So I don't think there's any doubt. If they want to doubt it, and look, bro, this is the thing is this, yeah. If we were to go by stats, there's very few can have the same stats as you. If we were to go by like the pen, there's very so you're an elite, bro. And I think that's just, to me, that's the be all end all. Elite. Every time being around you, always positive vibes, man. So you're definitely one of those people I want to see win. So
thank you, bro.
Bro, Yungen, man, I know it's been a mad year, but bro, you delivered on this one as always, man. So I want to thank you for my time, my brother.
Respect, brother, man.